Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. It is cold here in Florida. 49, 50 degrees today. I can't believe it. You come all the way to Florida, get away from the cold, only to put on a sweater and a vest. I can't believe it. Thank God I brought these things. Normally I don't, but it's my plane gear. Just keeps me company on the plane when there's a little bit of a draft. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We have a lot to talk about, and we don't have much time. I know you need to get with your families. Everyone's hanging out. You should be with your family. Hopefully you traveled somewhere. Hopefully someone came to you. And maybe not. Maybe you're just with your kids and your wife, or maybe you are alone. I do not know. We never know. I've spent Thanksgiving alone a couple times in my life, so I know what it's like to be alone on the holidays. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Gina Bombina. We love you, Gina. We know you can't stay long. We know there's many people just lubricated that like button. Wow. Merry Christmas, Jin Laura Marshall from across the pond. Legos the Lifer, Dan Ubies, Dead Game Boxing, my man Crypto 420, Abdominal Rain Man Spaghetti Ragnetti, my man Spraggio Tohas, man, Jonathan UN, man, the team is here. Conswork, Rin Tin Tin, wow, CNC Ireland, never missing a day, Happy Dippy Crypto. I was also more partial to lamb chop when I was a kid. Looking back on it now, it's horrifying that they named the little lamb chop. It is, right? It's like a piece of meat. Funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And shout out to Big Wick Energy getting it in. Shout out to Jamie and everybody here on the live. Hope I didn't try not to miss him. Austin Orr, Jacob L, Mel UL, 33 Dreamer CT. Appreciate you all for being here. I love you all. You know it. Master of None, my man. Love that name. Master of None. So look, we still have this head and shoulder for Bitcoin. It's getting tighter and tighter inside of this zone. All right. We've been watching this closely for a couple days now and watching the sideways behavior for Bitcoin ever since we had it in this flag here, right? If you remember correctly, we've been just watching it just develop. Anyway, so as we continue through the zone, and I'll teach you how to track Bitcoin very nicely through pattern trading and through all sorts of other things. So this is the VRVP. We get above it, we get a move to the upside. I'm just telling you. We break above this, a nice clean break above it. We can break all the way back up. Although the measured move just takes us to 17,372, but at least it takes us. You see what I'm saying? And that's something. So that's why I'm saying there's a big move coming. It's not clickbait. I'm not trying to develop a bunch of emotions for no reason. There's a big move coming. You can see Bitcoin going up, going down. Like first it came down, came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. It's getting tighter and tighter in the zone. All right? The tighter it gets, the more explosive a move is going to happen. I'll tell you two things that I do not like, right? And based on the probability, I'm a stochastics RSI trader because they give me the probability of momentum. The pattern tells me when. The stochastics tell me basically the direction. So that's what you're doing as a trader. You're looking for direction and timing, right? No one's going to know exactly when something's going to happen, but you're going to know, kind of the range, right? Anyone who knows their TA really well, or even somewhat, a couple of years, knows what this is: a symmetrical triangle, that we're getting tighter and tighter in the zone. Let me fix this actually, right? We're getting tighter and tighter in this, and it's only a matter of time till Bitcoin picks a direction, right? Likely to come to the downside here, but this trend line must hold. This trend line must hold for BTC. And so far it has. I mean, we haven't even kind of tested this. And so this is the area that we're looking at here. Resistance, resistance, resistance for BTC at 16,771. All right. I wanted to zoom out and show you the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is this giant falling wedge. Falling wedges do break to the upside, right? But again, if we break down, I'm just going to show you the worst case scenario. There's a lot of fear in the markets. There's talk of a recession in 2023, right? I'm kind of leveled up pretty close to this line here. Break it down more. It's about $7,800, $8,000 Bitcoin. So that is a measured move. If we break down out of this, but we'd have to break this, we'd have to, all levels would have to fall out. All right. Now, when I see this and just look at it closely, we could fall back down here to this level here 14,009, 14,000. We could even wick down and wick back up and get everyone really, really freaked out. That's a capitulation wick, right? That we had here. We ended up breaking that low. So I'm just showing you worst case scenarios for Bitcoin. All right. You know, best case scenario, it breaks out, right? Basically a 70% chance, 68% chance it breaks to the upside and makes a move back to this previous high at about 24. It has to break this high here really to begin the trend, but this would really ultimately confirm that the trend is broken. So really, until Bitcoin breaks above 25,000, in my humble opinion, it won't be able to break a trend. And I'll explain that in a second if you'd like, in another way, you know. So then you're like, well, what's all this mumbo jumbo here? I'm like, that's why we zoom in, and we're showing you now what's inside. So we just zoomed out and we zoomed in. Look, zoom out, and then we zoom in for you. All right. Only channel that really brings you in and out in that sense. I just always wanted to see things in that manner when I was watching YouTube, right? So check it out. We're in this tight channel. I do see a shoulder head and a shoulder still forming for Bitcoin. 1 hour coming on down, could flip to the upside. So I'm looking for a bit of a move, all right? Still looking for a bit of a move. I could even kind of, if I get rid of this for a second, move it to the side. You know, we're forming an ascending triangle in here. That has a bit of a move here with the length of a pole that could break out. So, and there's a shoulder head and a bit of a shoulder there. This is showing signs of a move to the upside. And that's a right shoulder. So can we get the move? The 1 hour time frame suggests we might, right? What I do not like. So I'm going to show that's what I do like, right? What I do not like, or, you know, I like them both because both can make you money, you know. What makes more sense for a short is, look, I mean, we're in the wedge, up, down, we're at the top of the wedge. Likely to break down all the way here, right? If we don't double bottom at 16,400, we're likely to break down. Measured move, all right, which was the length of this pole, just slanted a little bit, takes you to 16,170. Measured move to the upside takes you to 17,382. It is a symmetrical triangle in my mind, in my humble opinion, which means it has a 50-50 shot of going either way, which doesn't give you much, right? So you're looking for candles to close above the point of control. If you do, you're going to pump up. Candles close below this point of control. If you do, you're going to pump down. And this point of control at 16,800 is so important. And remember how important the 8s are. How many times have you heard me talk about the 8s? 17,008, 19,008, 20,800. And now here we are again at 16,800. And I don't know how many times. It's very interesting, right? But it's always been the case recently, last 5, 6, 7 months, even maybe longer. Shout out to everybody here for the live. So, the 4 hour time frame is overbought. The 22-hour time frame is overbought. Both suggesting, you know, MACD's trying to get across, though. It's interesting, right? They're kind of, but I don't trust the MACD. I trust the stochastics over the MACD every single time. So if you're getting conflicted ideas from both, I always go to the Stokes every single time. We could still go sideways. My big green area here, see, resistance has to hold. So 16,600 really, in my mind, has to hold. If we don't, we're coming down to 16,100. And then we're dropping all the way back down here to 15,005 for the double bottom. All right. And that, look, that's the bigger falling wedge that I got going here. We're likely to fall down there. So just like that's going to fall, then this is going to fall. So this is a mini version of the big version. And they're about to going to do the same thing. And I know the areas where we're likely to head if we take the tumble. All right. You want to look at your daily time frame? The daily could easily roll over. We didn't get a lot of movement there. MACD does want to cross, but it's just showing kind of lack of both bullish and bearish momentum. 3-day chart had a move, but if you look at the Stokes specifically, that's what I'm looking at. They're kind of like in a rollover. I do like the 10-day chart. The 10-day chart suggests some bullishness, that we could get a bounce here. We'll look at that on another time frame, on another chart, so it's clear. So what we're looking for right now, on this beautiful day, right? It's really Christmas Eve, isn't it? It is. Is it really Christmas Eve? It's Christmas Eve. My goodness. I'm always like, yeah, I can't believe it. It's Christmas Eve. Unbelievable. I just 9:24 on 12:24 right now. Saturday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. It just feels weird when you're in Florida, you know. And I'm not going to be with my big family this year. And I thought my sister was going to come. Found out she's canceling. She's like too tired. Doesn't want to make the trip to New York. So when I get home, I'm not going to see my family. That really kind of got me a little sad. So it's kind of a lonely Christmas, even though we're out here. And then the weather's horrible. So it's a strange kind of feeling. You go on vacation and the weather's, but it is. You can't get everything you want. You take a deep breath, and what you do say is, man, God bless, you woke me up. I can go outside today. I can look at my children today. I can spend time with my wife today. I can do the things that matter today, and that's the key. The key is to constantly go to the positive place and find something to be positive, because there's so many beautiful miracles in your life right under your chin. Right here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Look, there's my beautiful wife. Hi, beautiful wife. So it's like that. So we're watching the 1 hour to see if it can flip bullish. 15-minute is oversold. Can we get a move to the upside? However, I'm a support and resistance guy, and you got Bitcoin resistance, 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 resistance. Like, how much time can you hit resistance before you fall to the downside? So we can make another big boy kind of green area here, but Bitcoin just has an issue getting above the $16,800 level, right? So we're kind of been trapped. We've been trapped in price. And this is chop, everyone. Chop is not easy to trade. Many coins following this are just going to be doing the same kind of chop. Not easy to trade. So, a couple more days to get things in order before the end of the year, right? Tax loss harvesting, sell things that are needed. I had things to do, but when the guy hacked me, he sold everything I had, so he did it for me anyway. That's the only good thing about it. He saved me some time. Like, it would have taken me like an hour and a half to sell everything and look at everything. So, but I was supposed to buy things back too, which I did never get to do. So that kind of, isn't too cool. Anyway, so 15-minute here, oversold. MACD wants to turn. RSI could turn on you a little bit there, but you got to make a candle close above 17K at least. And really, it's 17,300 for me. Even if we get this pump, it's lackluster right now. So I'm showing signs more of likely we're going to dump to the downside. 4 hour and the 22 hour both look bearish to me. You can't get above the zone, but it doesn't mean we can't get one more push up, maybe shake out, fake out up to the upside. We'll trap the shorts. The longs, and then we'll come down to the downside. But it does look more likely we're headed to the downside based on the daily, the 22 hour and the 4 hour, and they are the strong indicators of the time. So that I would heed. All right, total market cap. One last thing I want to talk about. A little bit of a symmetrical triangle, oversold in the 22-hour time frame, overbought on the 22-hour time frame as well. Likely to head to the downside. Not looking too good for Bitcoin. That measured move would take us to 740 billion and then even lower. Right. Bigger ideas. We are making a bit of a rounded bottom, and if we break down, we break down all the way to $305 billion. Right. Levels to really watch that we need to get back above are 775 billion. $775 billion is so important. And so we look at this level here, and it's about the measured move of this symmetrical, ascending triangle that we made here, right? Can we break back up to the point of control? And so we need to break above 775 right here. That's a very hard resistance, and at least be able to get back above the 200 SMA and move to this point of control at $807 billion, right? We still didn't even hit the measured move, which is the beginning of this thing. So that would be 735 double bottom, really, right here to the area. So, and again, we look to that 22-hour. That's getting into the overbought region. I've seen it get pinned in a huge pump. Anything could happen, but the probability is you're setting up for a dump to the downside, and that's a bear flag. And you got a ways to go to the down. So, not looking too good for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Big move coming, and it looks more likely that it's going to be to the downside. Maybe a fake out on the smaller time frames, which we're going to watch now on the 15-minute and the 1 hour, and I'll keep the group updated. This type of update is something you get in the trading group every single morning when you wake up, all right? At the end of the day before you go to bed, right? And it just keeps you going with what's happening for Bitcoin, right? We'll see you later tonight when we're putting our kids to bed around 8:30. I'll do a quick, probably a half an hour, 40-minute stream, just something fast, because I know everyone's with their family on Christmas Eve. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you for everyone here. Appreciate you. the last Saturday of every month. Yeah, book your 2023 Lifer Vision trading course, 3 p.m. every Thursday and the last Saturday of every month. CNC Ireland, my man, thank you so much. My beautiful wife has given me time to be here. I am very blessed to have her. Full support of the Lifer life, man. Trevor TVA, man, we love you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you all. God bless you all as you end your year with your family, and with the Lifer family. We built an amazing, amazing group. I appreciate each and every one of you, and may God bless you all for being here and supporting me every single day. I'm going to do it again in 2023, just like we did it in 2022, the most consistent year of all our lives. So thank you, everyone, for being here. You helped me achieve something unbelievable. I hope I helped you achieve something unbelievable, and together we cheers our lemon water. May God bless each and every one of you, and may you have a wonderful Christmas holiday. And happy holidays to everyone. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. If you're with your family, I hope you're having a wonderful time. Take advantage of it. Even if you don't celebrate, maybe you're with your family anyway because everyone else is. So God bless you all. May you have a wonderful time, and may you connect to what really matters. The gifts are fun and everything, but it's about the love for each and every one of you and for cherishing everything you have. May you appreciate every moment. May you live in the present during this holiday